YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. This is the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. We start here with chapstick. Today is May 22nd. It's Sunday and it's about 3:15 in the morning. As you can see from the title, we're going to play again with the E.L.F. Earth and Ocean palette. My first go around with this, I did not really like this palette, but I said, you know what, I want to at least use all the shades, and so we're going to use all except two. The two we're not going to use is Salt Water, this one here, and this one, which is Oasis. I can promise you this one will look ashy on me. I can promise you this one will look ashy on me. So we're not going to use those, but we're going to use all the other shades that we did not use in the first look. And we're going to do one look on one eye, one look on the other eye. So we're going to jump into it. I'll show you what brushes we're going to use for, well, I'll just say it as I do it. So thank you for being here. This is the Fenty eyeshadow primer. Of course, I just realized I did not do my brows. I kind of don't really care because I'm not really feeling this palette, but I do have a goal of using every shade in a palette when I get it, and so I'm making myself use this palette. The Crazy and the Crazy Troll Nation is just enjoying our channel, enjoying the channels that we watch, enjoying playing in our makeup, and that's basically it. The troll part of the Crazy Troll Nation is just wearing what we want to wear and rocking it with confidence, not paying too much attention to what the beauty community standards are, what they say we should use, how we should use it as far as products and actual tools. And so that's the basic concept: wearing what you want to wear, putting it on however you want to put it on, and rocking it with confidence. And so this is what else you'll see here. For this eye, we're going to, did I get my shades mixed up? No, we're going to put NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this shade is on here somewhere, and oh Lord, Golden Olive. So this is going to go on the lower lash line under this eye as a base for the color that we're going to put under here later. If you don't know, I'll let you know. Well, two things. One is going to be a long video, so grab a snack. If you don't have one, pause the video, get you some water, Mountain Dew, coffee, popcorn, chips, sandwich, a pizza, a Bracosa. If you want to. Yeah, and the second thing is I do curse on my channel sometimes. And I don't know why my eye just started tearing. This is freaking weird. Like, I didn't do anything yet. You know why? Because I'm sitting here and the fan is oscillating. So hopefully when I play back the video to edit, it won't sound weird, or my voice won't sound weird, or you won't hear the humming as it moves. So the first shade we're going to take is Sahara. This shade here on the first half of our lid. And this is in Hourglass number 3. So it picks up nicely. I did a review on this palette already, so I'm not going to go into why I didn't like it the first time. That surprised me the way that showed up. That's this shade right here. This is vibrant, and so was the shade underneath of it too, was vibrant as well, which surprised me because it doesn't look vibrant in the pan. This eye is starting to tear, and I know it's because of that fan. My eyes did not tear all night. I did work at the Playhouse. Had my mask on for like 9 hours. I did use my regular inhaler and my rescue inhaler. Y'all, my allergies, oh my gosh. But anyway, the temperature was nice in there. My eyes were not tearing, and so I know they're tearing now because this fan is blowing over here. Alright, so that's there. We're going to use, that's the side we use. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to go into Spruced Up, this shade here. Yes, these are going to be monochromatic looks. And this is a matte shade. That's what that looks like. That was the first shade. This is this shade. We're going to tap off, and we're going to pat this here. From my first experience to this one, I did tap a little on the first side because I'm noticing some of that shimmer from the tip of the brush from the first shade on that eye. So the side with Spruced Up, that matte, and then we're going to flip over and tap on the other side. My issue with this before, and I know I said I wasn't going to say anything, but the mattes I used were a little patchy. Not a little, they were a lot patchy. This one seems okay. I'm not going to get into the final thoughts. I'll save those till the end. I like how this looks. This could be your look. And I'm going to just sweep over just to try to get some more saturation from that color. Because it does, this can be your look. Do a liner and mascara if you want to. This could be it. And do more blending like up here in this area, of course. But this can be your look. All right, we're going to put that brush down. And we're going to go into Keep It Kelp, which is this shade here. And that's going to go in the outer corner. We're going to use a Makeup Geek Soft Dome brush. And we're going to tap that off. So that's just on the tip of the brush. And that's going to go in the outer corner. I think it is deepening it up some. I think. Yeah, I do think it is. This one seems to be performing well also. And I'm not going to get into such and such shades are harder to make than other shades, because I'm hearing that about every shade. Purples are hard to make, reds are hard to make, blues are hard to make. So I'm like, okay, so which is it? Just say all the colors are hard to formulate. That's just me, because it does seem like through watching videos, like every shade is hard to make. Pastels are hard to make, mattes are hard to make. I'm just like, purple. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I actually like that. We're also we're now going to take Mojave Mami. That cannot be Mami. Mojave Mami is M-A-M-I. You tell me how to pronounce it, but I'm not going to keep saying Mami because that brings back not so good memories. Where is she in the palette? She's down here, this shade here. And this is going to go on our inner transition area. This is the Scott Barnes number 61 brush. And I am tapping. I'm not swiping. I'm tapping, turning it over and tapping. And we're going to start right here where our brow is. Is that showing up? I do see it. You know what? I'm going to go straight in and then turn the brush, because I put the shadow on the side when I was going side to side, but I'm trying to apply it like straight on. And so now I think we'll see it, question mark. No. This is almost my skin tone. I'm gonna just bring that down here just for blending purposes, because I can see it some down here. And maybe I need a different brush, because I wanted to use a brush that would give me precision. But because this is blending into my skin tone, it's not showing up much. I see it down here because down here is not as light as up here, because my tripod is actually in front of the mirror with lights on it. And then I have a light on either side of the mirror. And so because my mirror down here does not have lights around it, things are a little shadowed under here. So I can see this shade down here. And no, I'm not turning off the lights back there. I have on just skincare from earlier, and as I said, I had the mask on for like 8 hours. But I didn't have on any makeup on earlier anyway, because I knew I was going to have a mask on. So I don't even know if this blended. So I'm on the line right now, just seeing if that'll blend that first shade we put on the lid. I don't even know if that's doing that. I think it's just bringing that green shade upward, which I didn't want to do, which is what it did. So this shade doesn't show up on me at all. We're going to switch to a clean Scott Barnes number 61 brush. Excuse me. And we're going to go into Desert Storm, this shade here, and put that on the outer transition. I'm going to go in again and tap. I'm turning the brush as I go to get the shadow on the tip of the brush. And we're going to put this right here. And this is almost a non-color too, but it does seem to at least be blending out that outer corner shade. And so I do like that it is blending out the outer corner shade, even though it's not adding color, but it is serving a purpose. This shade here did not even serve a purpose for me, for my skin tone and undertone. So I like how it blended this out. I do like how the lid looks. I'm trying to get my thoughts together about this palette. Keep It Kelp, and we're going to put that on our lower lash line. This is a Fenty 220 Precision brush. And it does coat nicely though. I did tap off even though I don't think I needed to. So this is this look. Oh, that's not too bad. We're at 10 minutes without editing yet. Yeah, with brows and liner, I like this. I do. All right, so we're going to move on to the other eye, but the first thing we're going to do, prime our eye again. Not again, but prime this eye. Surprisingly, I didn't forget to prime my eye. All right, so then we're going to put that away. The same brush we used earlier, an angled concealer brush to blend out our eyeshadow primer. This is my go-to brush to blend out eyeshadow primer. Y'all, I forgot to take my pain medication with me when I went down there. And maybe like 2 hours into being down there, my back pain flared up. I was just like, this is going to be a long night. I was about to say something else. And y'all know I curse, and so I don't know why I tried not to. For our lower lash line, we're going to use NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this one is in aqua green. So we're going to put this here. And so I don't know why I tried not to. I really don't. Because y'all, if you've been here before, you know I do curse sometimes. And then sometimes I don't at all. And then other times, I'm just like, just all over the place. And I think it depends on my mood. Because we all have a filter, right? But sometimes I'm not a fan of pulling. But because I put this up here, I at least want to get the line somewhat straight right here in the corner. We all have a filter. That's what I was starting to say. But sometimes mine is turned off. Or it's just dialed down really low. But when it's turned up high, that's when I catch myself. And when my filter's turned low, I'm just like whatever. I'm just raw. Alright, so Hourglass number 3 brush. And we're going to take Rock Bottom, this shade here. I don't even know what that looks like. I'm not going to tap off because this is a tacky primer. So we're just going to just pop that right here, and I know it's going to stick. And that's why I don't set my primer, because I want my shadow to stick. And it did. It showed up. But it's ashy looking on me. I do not prefer me in cool tones because I do think they look ashy on me because of my undertone. Even though sometimes I will like the look, I just don't like it for me. And so that's something I had to accept, because there was a time when I was trying to make myself like looks on me when deep down I didn't. And it's like, why do myself that injustice? Just do looks that I like on me. I did just go back into this color instead of, you know, trying to fake it. I want to put something here because there's like a gap right here. So really quick, we're going to go back with this brush, not adding anything right now. And we're just going to see if we can drag that dark green over, even though usually the lighter color goes there. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to take a clean Fenty 220 Precision brush, Sahara, this shade right here. And we're just going to wrap that down onto our lower lash line on the inner portion. I like that better. And then just drag that over just a little bit. Okay, I like that better. This is a Crown something or other. It came in a subscription box, and we're just going to buff that over. Just because that's a shimmer, and I don't want the fan to blow it in my eyeball. All right, I do like that better. So what were we doing? We're going to take a clean Hourglass number 3, and we're going to go into Underwater, which is this shade right here, remainder of our lid. So this palette, I'm not sure, because I like this look. The colors, for the most part, worked, except that one inner transition shade that didn't want to show up. And the mattes that I used on this eye didn't seem patchy like the mattes that I used in the first look that I did for the IG challenge. And so I'm on the fence with this palette as of, well, I felt a chunk fall on my face as of right now. And so I don't know, because the palette was $14. This one looks patchy. This shade looks patchy. The palette was $14, and for all the shades you get, 2, 4, 6, 3, 18. For 18 shades for $14, you know, if you're balling on a budget or you just really like this color story, because this is a nice variety of colors, and if you think you can wear all the colors, you know, meaning they'll show up nicely on your skin tone or at least be good for buffing out, because this inner transition shade wasn't good for anything. It didn't even buff out that shade. And that's something I think about when I buy palettes is, am I going to get use out of every shade in the palette, even if it doesn't show up? Like this one, is it going to at least blend out something else? Like there needs to be a reason for it. However, for a $14 palette, like, does it matter? You know what I'm saying? And that's some of, I'm going back in again. This shade is patchy. But even with the problems, if you're getting looks that you like and you don't mind putting in the extra work, then why not? I'm going to flip it over and just pull this way. There's no shade on this side of the brush. And then we're going to go to the side that did have shadow on it, and we're going to pull it this way and then go back and pull it that way. So that's how we're going to blend that. That I kind of like, I kind of don't, because this first inner corner shade, I don't know how I feel about that. And we're going to go into trenches, which we did use in the first look. This black here is showed up. This is a Makeup Forever number 234 brush. I just pressed in straight, and we're going to, I was going to say put it in our inner corner. It's not showing up. I see it a little bit. All right, I'm going to put it in and we're going to wiggle. And so this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's like the light shades, like this showed up, even though I don't like that tone on me. And then you have this dark shade that doesn't show up, but I remember it showing up before. Maybe I need a different brush. And when you have a palette that's not expensive, you know, it may be worth it to just play with it. I am seeing some depth. I'm gonna switch brushes because I'm about to get annoyed. This is a hella old Sephora brush. They don't make this one anymore. This is a number 26 smoky eye brush, and we're going to swipe. And that didn't even pick up a lot. Wow. I swiped some more and it's still no shadow. It looks like it picked up a lot, but when you get close, you see how it's very sheer. So we're going to just press and pull inward. So what was I saying? When you have a palette that's not expensive, you may feel like it's worth it to put in the extra work. Okay, this is what I was wanting. And then I'm going to switch brushes again because I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is the Makeup Geek. I didn't plan on doing all this. Define crease brush, and we're going to swipe this and turn as we go in that same shade because it's picking up, but it's not wanting to pick up. I hesitate sometimes between what I'm saying because I'm frustrated. The shirt that I'm wearing today says thick thighs, thin patience. And I think it may be self-fulfilling prophecy because it was a challenging night tonight, and even now, like, I'm just like with the shadow. So I need a shirt that says everything will be all right, and then it'll be a good day and a good night. Anyway, a lot of people did compliment my shirt. Oh, I really like your shirt. Somebody told me I don't have thick thighs. I said, I'm just really well proportioned. Like how some people might be top heavy, or they might be bottom heavy, or they might have long legs and a short torso. You know, I'm proportioned. So even though I'm chunky, everything is proportioned, is evened out. Okay, this I like, but you see I needed 3 different brushes to do this. And for this to be a black, and I still see my lid, my crease, like right in here from that middle shade. What shade was that? Underwater. So this shade is patchy. To me, it looks patchy. But because it blends in well with that first shade I put on, it may look like it's supposed to be that way. So, I mean, you can get away with things, you know, and nobody's really looking that close in your face anyway. I just realized I did not have a transition shade for this look. So what we're going to do is this brush that had trenches on it. Wait a minute, what did we use? This brush that had trenches on it. We're not adding any more, but we're buffing along the edge, and we're going to just pull that over because it is some in the brush. We'll see if we can get it on my lid, and I think we are. So I'm going to come inward so it's not dark all the way to my eyebrow, but I think I already did go to my eyebrow. So we're going to come back this way. So the question I'm asking myself is, will I continue to use this palette? I do like this look. I do like this look. I don't like this shade, but I like the look overall. So my question is, will I use this again? Because I'm not enjoying the process, even though I like the looks. And that's important to me, because if I don't enjoy using something, guess what? I'm not going to use it. And then we're going to take Tundra, this shade here, and it looks chunky. So we're going to take a small brush. This is an E.L.F V09. And I do have Fix Plus ready in case I decide to use that. And it does seem to be soft. And so I am going back and forth, and I'm turning it over. I was going to put it over here. And we're going to press that and wrap it down. So we're going to put it here. That looks okay. And it's sticking because my eye is tearing. So I didn't need Fix Plus after all. And they did have it out because I anticipated from looking at this shade that I was going to need it. I'm going back in, swiping 3 times, 1, 2, 3 on each side. I'm trying to see if I can pull it over. I do have a bump right here that tends to make that area, this right here, look bright. And a dermatologist, excuse me, she did say she can take care of it. She didn't recommend it though because it's so close to my tear duct area. But then my last appointment, she said if I really wanted her to, she would. And I said, well, if you're recommending not to get it done, you're the dermatologist. So if you recommend not to, then I won't do it. Like if you're telling me you're concerned with it being too close to my tear duct area and possibly causing damage, why would I still say, yeah, do it? You know what I'm saying? And so then I'm like, well, are you really concerned or you're not? So I was like, so what are you saying? Like, should I get it done or not? And I know it's vain because who really cares that it's like a bump right there? Like, nobody really cares. So my eye is really tearing. We're going to take Lagoon. Lagoon is this shade here, which is another chunky monkey. And this is a Makeup Forever 210 brush, a smudge brush. And I am tapping in and turning it just like I did with that Scott Barnes brush. This looks like straight glitter because it did not even pick up except a few glitter flakes. And it's like, can I get it on a brush? And it is soft because it's creating dips in the shadow. But if I can't even get it on the brush, and I tapped off. So we're just going to try to just stamp this. And I may need a different brush and to wet that brush. I think you can see it. Well, at least the glitter part. Because I do think it's looking shinier than it was before. Actually, I do. I'm scared to swipe because if this gets in my eyes. And I chose this brush because it is a smudger and you can just stamp. I have thinner pencil brushes, but I wanted to get the color down and blend it and not just a straight line. You know what I mean? So that is that look. I think that is that look. This is the look. This is the look. And so as of right now, we've used every shade in this palette except these two right here. I'm going to do brows super quick. This is the Tarte Hella Old brow pencil. And should I do this off camera? This is when I wish I could hear you because I don't want to take up your time unnecessarily. We're only at 26 minutes. I'm going to edit this out. I'm going to do liner really quick. I'm going to try this one again. Obsidian, Kaleido, Cosmetics. This is my, I believe, second, maybe third time using it. I'm not used to this type of tip. It feels like a felt tip. And just the way it feels going across my lashes is different than what I'm used to feeling. but it goes on easily, it goes on smooth, it doesn't skip, and it stays. Like, this liner does not come off easily. And so that I like. Even with the teary eyes, this liner stays. Because sometimes my eyes tear upward. I am going to do a little wing. That was a long one. I was going to edit out this part too, and then, as you can see, I did not. Because I thought I could do this part quickly. I like this wing. I'm going to leave it alone. There's, as I mess with it, because there's like a space right there. I'm going to leave it alone. So here's the question. Knowing that I'm unsure if I'll use this again, even though I do really like these two looks, should I keep it? Or should I give it away to someone who would really be excited to have it and excited to use it? Because I don't really see me using this again. Even though I like the looks and I like the wings, and that was pretty easy and it didn't take a long time. So that's the question. Are we going to do a lip? We're going to do a simple lip. We haven't used this in a while. This is the NARS Laguna lip balm. It's not a shade on me. I could have just left the chapstick the way it was. So let me know your thoughts about this palette. I do like these two looks better than the other one, and I do know where I went wrong with the other one. I liked the look for the challenge, but I didn't like the look in general. And so I am glad that I tried it again. So this is this look. And this is this look. And this again is with the E.L.F. Earth and Ocean palette. I do like the looks, and I'm looking at them now thinking, can I do this look with other palettes? This one I probably could. I have quite a few different shades of green. These tones I don't think I have, but keep in mind, even though I like this look, I don't like this shade right here on me. I think it looks a little ashy on me, but mixed with the other shades, I do think it's a really nice combination. I do. I'm not going to put a mascara. I realize I didn't. I am happy with the wings today, my little baby wings. Because you can see them even when I smile. For once, this one got eaten up. Yeah, so let me know what you think I should do with this palette. Yeah, if you have this palette, also let me know what you think about it. Yeah, so those would be the questions. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me. You will see me in the next video.